Hello friends, welcome you all. In the previous lecture, we were studying about the meaning of foreign exchange, its types in different types of foreign exchange transactions and the foreign exchange market. Today I am going to explain you the sources of foreign exchange and its a different impact and the how it affects demand and supply and changes in the price of different currencies. So let us discuss and revise first what is the meaning of foreign exchange. Foreign exchange, as we have discussed in the last lecture, we can call this forex also, and it refers to the conversion of one current country's currency into another country's currency. So a single country's currency is valued against another currency or against a basket of currencies or a bunch of currencies into a single currencies, or we just compare or we value one currency into the another currency. So the global foreign exchange markets involves larger volumes ranging from the trillions in dollars. So every day the trillions of dollars foreign currency or forex handled by the foreign exchange market, and it is the largest financial market in the world. So foreign exchange transactions are executed over the counter, and there is no specific centralized market for the foreign exchange because whole world is market for foreign exchange. So let us discuss what are the sources for the foreign exchange. In a nutshell, we can say the foreign exchange is a global market for exchanging national currencies with one another. Also, we can say that foreign exchange venues comprises the largest security market in the world by nominal value. Nominal value means the currency, the transactions of currency into the price of that transaction. So it is called nominal value, with trillions of dollars changing hands each day. Means a lot of transactions happened in the one day, and the trillions, the volume range in the trillions of dollars. Foreign exchange trading utilizes currency pairs priced in terms of one versus the another. The currency pairs, yesterday we in the previous lecture we have discussed dollar rupees or dollar Canadian dollar or dollar euro, dollar Japanese yen, like that. The currency pairs, and they priced in terms of one versus the other. The forward and future are the another way to participate in this forex market, and option market is also there. We have discussed in the previous lecture. Now discuss the sources of foreign exchange. So sources of foreign exchange are areas in which economic and financial transaction between countries affect exchange rate level. So the exchange of foreign currencies uh, affect the exchange rate in different currencies. So these sources comprises monetary payment and receipts, whose receipts level are driven by supply and demand for goods and services, investments and currencies. So this is the foreign exchange market is a very complex market. So demand and supply, demand for foreign exchange, for example demand for dollar and the supply of the dollar. So demand for the Indian rupees and supply of Indian rupees. So uh, behind the demand and supply there are a lot of factors working, and the sources, the sources which affects the demand and supply of foreign exchange. So what are the sources of foreign exchange? First is international trade. So this is the major source of getting a dollar or the getting the rupees for foreign nationals. So the trade of goods and services between countries requires each to purchase the currency of the other in order to make payment. So if we want to import, then we have to make the payment in the dollar, or if we want to export, then foreign national should have the dollar or the international accepted currency. So the currencies required for international trade. So therefore, the international demand for a country's output, that is export, directly affect the demand and consequently the price of its currency. So export is again affected by the value of currency, and this is the major source for getting the dollars. If we do not export, we will not get the dollars, and we cannot import our necessary goods and services. So international trade is important factor which affect the source of foreign exchange and its demand and supply also. Next is capital investment. When foreign investor buy and sell capital investment or securities, for example stocks and bonds issued in a given country, for example in India, so they must engage in foreign exchange in order to complete transaction. So suppose if we want to invest in American share market or in stock exchanges or in a bond market, then we required to convert our Indian rupees into dollar, uh, so that we can complete the transaction or we can invest in the foreign market. So similar to trade, the international demand for countries capital investment has a direct effect on the demand for the price of its currency. So following a decline in a country's currency value, all things being equal, foreign investor may be inclined to invest in that country's securities, taking advantage of exchange rate, reduced prices, etc. Suppose American person want to invest in India, then they have to require convert dollar into rupees. So the demand for rupees will increase, and if we want to invest in American market, then we have to convert our Indian rupee into dollar. So the demand for dollar will increase. So the demand and supply affected by the sources of foreign exchange. So through the capital investment, we can get the, suppose in India, if foreign direct investment or foreign portfolio investment gets into different sector of India, then the country will get foreign exchange through the investment or through the capital investment. So this is the major source of foreign exchange. Next is currency market. So like a stock exchange or goods and services market, there is a currency market. We called it foreign exchange market. So the global demand for country's securities and export or a country's currency is affected by day-to-day movement in prices and driven heavily by speculative trading activity. Speculative trading activity means daily the currency trading happens. There are a lot of transactions of buying and selling of currencies in foreign exchange market. So the currency market affect the value of currency. So unlike international trade and investment, price movement driven by speculation. Speculation means the trading activity to the take the benefit of increased or decreased value of currency. So traders buy currency at a low price and sell it when the price of that currency increases. So the speculation activity happen in the currency market, and when the currency is bought and sold. So the speculative activity are less indicative compared to economic condition and other financial conditions. So economic condition shows that what will happen, but speculative activity do not show what will happen to the value of currency. So it is a more economic conditions are more indicative than speculative activity. So the currency market affects the demand and supply of currency, and the value of currency changes according to that. So currency market is another source of foreign exchange, and it affects the demand and supply and the price of the currency. Next is foreign investment. So in the bracket I have mentioned the uh, figure in figure is concerned with India, and it is a foreign investment. There are three types of foreign investment. There are different type of investment, foreign investment. The major are three, four. So let us discuss first foreign direct investment. So what is foreign direct investment? Foreign direct investment is an investment made by a foreign entity or a person or institution into India that involves directly operations of a factory, or we can say that foreign direct investment is directly into the factory, not in the stocks or in a bond or in a shares. It is a directly into the factory, or it is a establishing operation or acquiring tangible asset. Means tangible asset means where we can touch it, so including stakes in other businesses and the uh, into direct businesses, not in the stocks of businesses, or uh, not in a bonds of that particular business. So foreign direct investment we have in India 19.8 billion near about. Next source of foreign exchange is portfolio investment. So when foreign direct investment made by foreign nationals, we get the foreign exchange. So this is the major source of foreign exchange into India. Next is a portfolio investment. What is portfolio investment? Portfolio investment is just investment in stocks, bonds, and other financial assets, not directly into the factory. So it is the figure of portfolio investment is $26.9 billion. If you compare the figure of foreign direct investment, then you will find portfolio investment is more than the foreign direct investment, because portfolio investment can be withdrawn within a one night, or the foreign national can sell the shares or bonds in a one night and can withdraw their money or their dollars from the Indian market. But in case of foreign direct investment, it cannot happen because it is into factory or actual operation of businesses. So the portfolio investment is more than foreign direct investment. So portfolio investment is more volatile than foreign direct investment, because it can be withdrawn and it can be increased in a very short time of short period of time. But in case of foreign direct investment, it cannot be withdrawn in a very short time period. So it is the major source of foreign exchange in India. So when the demand for the stocks and shares bonds increases by foreign nationals, then the supply of dollar then the supply of dollar increases in India, because they converts dollars, we get the dollars in a simple word. Next source is foreign institutional investment. Foreign institutional investment, we called it FII. So overseas or the foreign institutional means banks and other companies and other investment who are institutional, not individual investors, investing in Indian securities like debt, equities, or other financial assets listed here in India. So uh, comes under the this comes under the foreign institutional investment. So as its name suggests, foreign institutional investment, the investment by institutions which are working in the foreign. So in a simple words, the institution who's investing in India, it is called foreign institutional investments. Next form of source of foreign exchange is ADR and GDR. So foreign investor can also invest in an Indian company through the purchase of American depository receipt, that is we called it ADR, and global depository receipt, that is GDR. So these two, ADR and GDR, are negotiable instruments. Like in India, Wilsop Exchange, then we call check. So like that, ADR and GDR are the negotiable instruments, and which is denominated in the US dollar or any other currency, representing a publicly traded issuers local currency equity shares. So this is the another source of foreign exchange, that is investment in American depository receipts and global depository receipts. Next is external commercial borrowing. External commercial borrowing, here I have given figure $8.5 billion in India, near about. So ECB are money borrowed by Indian corporate from foreign sources in the form of commercial loans. So Indian corporate world, whatever they take the loan, commercial loans, credits, and notes, bonds, or preference shares from the foreign corporate world, that is we called external commercial borrowing. So external commercial borrowings open another avenue of credit at lower international rates for Indian commercial borrowers. Suppose the interest rate in India is higher, then the corporate world borrow money from the foreign market. So it is called external commercial borrowing and take the benefit of reduced or lower international rates. Next is banking capital including NRI deposit. The figure is 16.6 billion in India, near about. So it includes foreign asset and liabilities of commercial banks, including non-residential Indian deposits, foreign currency holdings, and movement in balances of foreign central banks and international institutions like Asian Development Bank, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, that is IBRD, International Development Association, etc. So banking capital movement or the deposit, that is non-residential Indians who are working in the foreign country, but they have the origin in India. So the deposits of NRI we have discussed in the first year, and the banking capital, that is foreign asset and liabilities of commercial banks and other financial institution, international institutions, that is Asian Development Bank, International Bank for Reconstruction and Development. So they, whatever the asset and liabilities or the capital movement of these banking institutions is the source of foreign exchange, or it affects the source of foreign exchange. Next is short-term credit, short-term trade credit. It is about $21.7 billion in India. It refers to either suppliers credit extended by the overseas suppliers or buyers credit arranged by the importers themselves from a foreign bank or financial institutions for imports into India. We have discussed forfeiting and factoring. So in that forfeiting, the short-term credit is offered by foreign banks, or to buy from the India or to import from the India, or if India wants to import from any other country. So import and export credit, that is we call it trade credit, is provided by banks to import and export. So it is just for 3 years, not more than that. That is why it is called short-term trade credit. If that is more than 3 years, then it comes under external commercial borrowing. Next is external assistance. It is dollar 1 billion in India. It refers to multilateral and bilateral loans given to India by foreign government and loans given by India to foreign governments. So the assistance, external assistance means the foreign government given the assistance to Indian government, or Indian government given the assistance to the other foreign government. That is multilateral. Multilateral means more than two parties, and bilateral means only two parties are there, two foreign governments are there. So external assistance is assistance or support given by foreign national to the our country, or from our government to other country. So it is called external assistance. Next is other items in capital accounts. So there are miscellaneous items of capital account whose value is not of any major significance, but it is a minus in India, minus dollar 2.4 billion. Other sources of foreign exchange are borrowing and assistance from international institutions. So international institutions always supports to the countries and offer the loans to the different governments. That is international institutions such as World Bank. So many World Bank projects are going in India. Then IMF had given loan to us in India when Indian economy was in a major crisis in 1991, and many to correct the uh, deficit in the balance of payment, IMF offer loans. Then IBRD, it is the development bank, World Bank. It is called International Bank for Reconstruction and Development, and ADB, that is Asian Development Banks. So these international institution always many times provides the assistance and loans to the country for particularly for the long term loans. So this is the major this is the again source of foreign exchange. And foreign government, as we have discussed, foreign government also provide assistance and loans for country. For example, Japan has provided us for India the loan for bullet train for the very long term and on a very small interest rate. So foreign government and our government also provide assistance to foreign country and loans also. So friends, these are the sources of foreign exchange. I hope you got or you understood somewhat. If you do not understand anything or you find anything problem in listening, watching or anything, then let me know. Send me message or call me and tell your problems. uh, Write your problems to me and write your name and roll number in the comment box as for the attendance. Thank you. See you in the next lecture.